Emperor Aiko is long awaited by more than 80% of Japanese people. But why we still need to be careful to protect the male line emperor. His Majesty the Emperor celebrated his 62nd birthday on February 23. Last year, his beloved daughter Princess Aiko became an adult, and she is scheduled to hold her first press conference in March, so the presence of the imperial family is increasing day by day. Public opinion polls conducted by newspapers and other sources show that more than 80% of people expect Princess Aiko to be the next emperor. But there is no progress in legal discussions regarding female emperors or female emperors. Why does Japan's system remain unchanged even though most of the people support Emperor Aiko? We spoke to Noriko Suge, author of books such as 250 Years of Imperial Family Bloodline, KADOKAWA. On December 1 of last year, Princess Aiko celebrated her 20th birthday. She also performed her first official duties at the New Year's celebration ceremony on New Year's Day, where she met ambassadors from other countries with dignity. Due to her dignified appearance, there seems to be growing public opinion that Princess Aiko should be made emperor. In an opinion survey conducted by Kyodo News in April 2021, it was reported that 87% of respondents were in favor of a female emperor. This high approval rating can be said to be proof that many people have watched Princess Aiko grow from a young age under the love of their majesties. This is hypothetical, but politicians have also voiced their approval of a female emperor. In the January 2022 issue of Bangeishunju, Political Research Institute chairman Sanae Takaichi, who ran for the Liberal Democratic Party's presidential election last year, stated in the January 2022 issue of Bangeishunju that he opposes a female emperor but would approve of a female emperor. However, recognizing a female emperor is highly likely to pave the way for a female emperor, and it is unrealistic to consider them separately. The current order of succession to the imperial throne is Prince Akishino, Prince Hisahito, and Prince Hitachi. If a female emperor were to be approved due to high public support, there is a possibility that Princess Aiko would become the successor to the current emperor. If Princess Aiko ascends the throne as a female emperor in the future, the question will be whether or not she is already married. If Princess Aiko was single when she ascended the throne, the hurdles for Princess Aiko to get married would be quite high. There was a huge uproar over the marriage of Kei Komuro and Meiko, but the level of dignity required of someone to be the emperor's partner is on an order of magnitude. All of the 8 female emperors in history were single, including those who died when they ascended the throne, and remained single for the rest of their lives. The reason behind the ascension of a female emperor is that the direct heir to the throne was too young and a neutral female emperor was appointed as a stopgap until he grew up, or as a check on the powerful aristocrats. It's the truth. Therefore, since they did not hold this position for long, it was an unwritten rule that female emperors should not marry. In order to avoid complicating future succession to the throne by creating a new bloodline. Suppose that Princess Aiko, who became the emperor, got married and had a child. That child will grow up under the watchful eye of the people, just like Princess Aiko did before her. If that happens, there will be an increase in the number of people who are not satisfied with the fact that the child of Princess Aiko, the current emperor, will not be able to inherit the throne. And there is a strong possibility that the people will voice their desire to become emperor, just as Princess Aiko is doing now. If Princess Aiko's child becomes emperor with the support of public opinion, it will be the first female emperor in history. In other words, Acceptance of a female emperor is linked to the possibility of acceptance of a female emperor. So, why is the male line emperor important in the first place? I would like to point out the emperor's purity as a key word. The emperor is of one lineage for all ages, and has long been connected by blood through the male line. Female emperors are also daughters of male emperors. It is said that her paternal lineage can be traced straight back to the first emperor Jimmu. This pure bloodline made the emperor a unique and timeless figure for the Japanese people. Until the Edo period, it existed behind the curtains, and since the Meiji period. Even after it began to appear in public, it has been deified as a living god that must not be seen directly. Although the modern emperor is not a deified being, this desire for purity must still be alive within the people. In Shinto, women are considered impure. Some may say that the idea of making a difference between male and female lineage is an anachronism in this day and age where gender equality has become widespread. However, the imperial family, which still solemnly performs court rituals according to the ancient rites, is strongly influenced by Shinto religious views. In the story Kakusanmi, that appears in the Nihon Shoki, her wife Izanami dies and she leaves for the land of the underworld, but her lonely husband Izanagi comes to visit her and asks her to return to this world. Masu. However, Izanami has already become ugly and rotten, and Izanagi is shocked by her appearance. Also, in Shintoism, blood was considered a symbol of impurity. Because women shed blood during menstruation and childbirth, they were considered unclean, similar to the mythical story of Izanami. Women are strictly prohibited from landing on Okinoshima, Kyushu's divine island, that was registered as a World Heritage Site in 2017, home to Munakata Taisha's Akitsu Shrine. The sense of impurity towards women still remains to some extent. Since then, if we look back at history, we can see that the Japanese people have shown tremendous tenacity to maintain a male line of emperors. For example, in the late Edo period, Emperor Go-Momozano, who died at the young age of 22, was succeeded by the late Emperor Kokaku, who was adopted from the Kaninomiya family, which was a distant relative. Emperor Go-Momozano had an only daughter, Imperial Princess Kinko, but he was particular about maintaining a male lineage going back many generations. Considering the importance of having managed to connect the male lineage despite such twists and turns, I think it's only natural that we shouldn't rush the discussion since Prince Hisahito is a direct descendant. How is it different from England, where Queen Elizabeth reigns? In discussions about female emperors and female emperors, the British royal family, where Queen Elizabeth II reigns as queen, is often cited. Queen Elizabeth II ascended to the throne in 1952 and has been on the throne for 70 years now, at the age of 95, and she enjoys great support from the people. However, Japan and Britain have completely different histories. The British royal family has a long history, but the history of Europe was one of invading each other's territory by force. Britain was divided into 4 countries, including Scotland and Wales, and was at war with neighbouring France for a long time. And was ruled over and over again. In this bloody history, a vacancy on the throne is a perfect opportunity for ambitious powerful lords or other countries to usurp the throne at any opportunity. Therefore, in order to prioritize protecting the territory and dynasty and maintaining power, it was essential to hand over the throne to a relative with close bloodline. As early as the 12th century, there were cases in which it was passed down not only to boys but also to daughters, or to the female lineage. On the other hand, before Perry arrived on board the Black ships in 1853 at the end of the Edo period, The last time Japan was clearly attacked by a foreign country was during the Mongol invasions of the 1200s. Because it was not attacked by outsiders for more than 500 years, it was able to preserve the purity of one nation as one lineage for all generations. Japan's imperial family is the opposite of secular. Another point is that the royal families of overseas countries, including the UK, and the Japanese imperial family share the same desire for the happiness of the people and the development of the country, but the roles expected of them by the people are slightly different. For example, you may have seen scenes in movies where the King of England gives a speech on the balcony of a castle, or where the people are excited by the aura of the Queen appearing in the square. Looking at contemporary news reports, there is a sense that overseas royal families are secular. They are often featured in gossip magazines, and the people even talk about them and share their private lives on social media, giving the impression that they have values no different from ordinary people. On the other hand, isn't Japan's imperial family an existence that is the opposite of the word secular? In public, they quietly smile and wave, and the citizens rarely make a fuss. Instead, when a disaster occurs, we gently call out to the victims and encourage them. I think it has a big role to play in serving as a spiritual support and a place of emotional support for the people. The purity of the imperial family can be said to be one of the elements of its holiness. On His Majesty the Emperor's birthday, the whole of Japan will be in a celebratory mood. The fact that Princess Aiko has been respected and loved by the people and watched over her growth is proof that the current state of the imperial family is widely accepted in a positive manner. However, even if we don't just get carried away by recent emotions and look at the history and role of the imperial family, we are already in the 5th year of Reiwa. Wouldn't it be a good idea to revise the imperial house law and make Princess Aiko a female emperor?